Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. For those of you who've been, living in the Dark Ages, which I'm assuming is a good portion of the American population since they elected a pussy grabber president, my name is Deadpool. And since this is going to be shown during what's called Thanksgiving weekend, which is the start of the time of the year where everybody gets together and they engage in gluttony, greed, gratuitous violence, basically your standard antisocial behavior. I thought this would be a good time to do a review of me. So, what makes me so special, so worthy of your adoration? Well, for starters, I'm an incredibly flexible human being. Let me demonstrate. Ta-da! I flew through the air and landed on my feet. I can also spread out my arms like this. I can give props to my peeps. And I can also beg Hugh Jackman to appear in my movie. Hugh, seriously, you're killing me, man. You killed yourself off in the last Wolverine movie just to avoid me? Come on, seriously. What else you got going on with your life? Anyway, as you can see, I'm a pretty cool 1/6 scale figure. I'm also pretty cool in the actual 1.5 real person scale. But we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But for right now, I thought it would be a good idea to show you all the things that I come with so you get to see just how extra special I am. Speaking of extra special, you might be wondering if this comes with me. She doesn't. But I thought it was appropriate to have Julia Child around to remind you that as you prepare for all of your holiday feasts, you should do so as drunk as possible with as sharp of a knife as possible. Now, you're probably wondering to yourself, why should you care about what comes with me? Well, obviously you care because if I have it, you don't have it, and this is stuff you don't want. Take, for example, what my lovely assistant is going to show you. This is a gun. Now, we all know that guns don't kill people. Antisocial psychopaths like me, who are allowed to have guns in the United States, they kill people. Thanks, NRA. Anyway, I get 2 of these. I also seem to have a whole bunch of hands that can come off because, I actually can lose parts. Let me show you. It's real fun. It's a real great trick. See? First, we move the camera away. Then the idiot with purple arms comes in. And we just start pulling off my hands. Like this. Oh no! I'm a double amputee! Okay. Actually, no, I'm not. What I am is someone in need of hand replacements. So, for example, I could have a hand that tells you that everything's gonna be A-okay. Even when it's not. I also have a hand for gripping those guns that I have no business having. Like this. See? It's all very nice and comfortable now. And the gun even has motion, so I can lock and load. Of course, you don't want to try that at home, and certainly not with any delicate creatures like your grandmother around. Let's just cut through the chit-chat now and go and show the fine people at home the rest of the hands that I come with. There. A nice collection of hands. I say it's nice because, it's just not offensive. And God forbid I should be offensive. Yes, they are actually expecting me to say that with a straight face. Speaking of my face, you may notice that I'm missing a mouth. This is because the fine folks at the film company are cheap bastards who wouldn't pay to actually... Oh, wait, no, I'm not supposed to contractually say that they're cheap bastards. I don't have a mouth because they spent all the money giving that little punk-ass Spider-Man a mouth. No, I don't think I'm supposed to say that either. What I can tell you is that in case you get bored with me, which I can totally understand because who wouldn't find a lunatic holding a gun talking in a toy review to be completely funny and attractive? But in case you get bored with me, you can always switch out my eyes. I'd say aye, but I'm told that that's rather offensive. Please do not do this at home. Unless, of course, you're a senator from Alabama who should go blind. There, you see? All better. Now I can look at you in askance, like I hold you in contempt. Which I do. But that's okay. I hold everybody in contempt. Now, what else do I come with? I feel like I'm missing something important. Something that makes me, me. Something that expresses to the whole world that I am definitely not somebody you want to meet in the back of a room somewhere, Because I'm not a particularly friendly soul. What could that be? What could that be? Why? It's 2 katanas! Yes, you are now the proud owner of completely useless 1/6 scale katanas. Placed nicely on my back, so I can, of course, awkwardly reach for them because I'm not only broken, I'm triple jointed. Ta-da! And now I pull out the sword. And I live out my Adrian Paul fantasies. Isn't this nice? Having a wonderful conversation about metal. Not the heavy metal, mind you. That I leave up to Eddie Trunk and his other 2 loser comic friends who just pawn around with him. Anyway, so I have this lovely sword which attaches to my back with a magnet because I have that really magnetic personality, as you know. But still, I feel like I'm missing huge parts of myself. My ambiance, my je ne sais quoi, my, I just don't know what to say. Luckily, there are lots of people in places like eBay that make shit for themselves, and then they find out that people like it, and then they make more of the shit to sell to other people. And that's what I'm going to show you next. The extra shit that you don't need that goes with me. Ah, yes. Totally perfect for the holiday season. Now, what was it we were going to talk about? I just can't remember. Were we going to talk about the knife that's in my hand? Could that be it? Yeah, because because everybody who's who's in the Marvel universe has to have like a cajillion weapons they're ultimately not going to use because they've spent something like $25 billion on the special effects. Is that what's it about the knife? No, maybe it was about something I'd open with a knife. Like the mail. Yes, it's about the mail. And my favorite magazines that I get. There he is. God's perfect idiot. Ryan Reynolds. Nobody tweeted about him when he got to be sexiest man alive. Did I actually buy 2 copies of this issue? Oh no. Look who it is. It's Hugh. Hugh Jackman, also the sexiest man alive. Definitely not God's perfect idiot. He's just perfect. Perfect in every way. Just like he'll be perfect when he agrees to make the cameo in Deadpool 2. Let's see. What else? What else do we have here? Wham! Yes, make it big. Well, one of you did. And then one of you wrote a strangely prophetic holiday song. Too soon? Probably, but who cares? I think also you should, because you're just such great people, I'm going to show you my artwork. I call this one Ouchie. This is my tribute to Patrick Stewart. Hi, I'm Francis Xavier. Not anymore. See, that's what I can do with my swords. Aren't I clever? Yeah. These are some pretty interesting items, I think. But I'm still missing that one thing that I had to order special just to get my... Oh. Am I giving you good people the finger? I think I am. But let's make good use out of it, shall we? And point to our very special guest, who is making his, of course, gratuitous cameo, which he must make in every possible Marvel production. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the legendary, the immeasurable Stan Lee. Excelsior! How is everybody today? I'm Stan Lee, and I am here, at the request of Deadpool, to class up this horrible review. Really? That's the best you got? You're here to class up a horrible review? Have you not seen the rest of Barbara's review? They all suck. Sort of like the chances of you getting Hugh Jackman to do your stupid movie. Shut up! What are you hiding? Well, these are some alternate Deadpools. I think the likenesses are pretty good, don't you? Not too sure about that. Let's take a moment, shall we? Let's take a moment to examine these fine alternate specimens of me as I kneel before them in their greatness. Now, as I may have mentioned before, I did make a mistake letting God's blessed idiot play me in a movie. In fact, he's playing me in 2 movies, but we're not really going to talk about that right now. What we are going to talk about is these 2 heads. They are like any other heads that you will probably find here, there, and everywhere. One sculpt is, well, it's after my unfortunate accident with chemicals. You see, unlike most people in chemicals, when I find one, I unfortunately wind up with superpowers and looking like shit. Most people, they mess with chemicals and they wind up in suburbia. The other head, well, that's just our very good friend, Ryan Reynolds. God's perfect idiot. Not a bad likeness. The idea being that, obviously, when you are a superhero, you want to walk around with your face fully visible at all times. So everybody can find you and then come after you while you are trying to show your baby mama a good time. Speaking of baby mamas, that is. Isn't she precious? Isn't she delightful? I am such a lucky man. Which reminds me, how the fuck did you land Blake Lively? I think now would be another excellent time to pause and ponder the answer to that question. And we'll come back with some final thoughts. Oh, this is precious. You actually came back because you thought I had final thoughts. Well, since you're here, I guess I should send you off with some final ideas. Let's see. Do unto others as often as possible, with permission, of course. Because if you do it without permission, you may find yourself on the wrong end of one of these babes at St. Margaret's Bar. What else? Oh dear. Let's see. What else can I tell you? Go see Deadpool 2. I'm pretty sure it's still coming out. We didn't hire Kevin Spacey, and Harvey Weinstein didn't produce it, so, yeah, I guess we're still good with it happening. Oh no. Too soon? Still too soon? Too bad! And finally, on behalf of myself, and then my dearly departed friend here who's got better Botox and a longer lifespan than a Roy Moore joke. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this review of myself in all of my greatness and goodness and general tidings of warmth and joy. Take care. Alright, Benedict. In this scene, Doctor Strange is trying to convince Deadpool that it is important for him to join with the X-Men and with the Avengers to fight Thanos, wherever he may be, and to defeat him and the henchmen and save planet Earth. You are appealing to him and his sense of empathy. I'm sorry, what sense of empathy would that be? The sense of empathy that comes with your paycheck. Right, got it. Alright. Sound. Rolling. Action. I know this is difficult for you. If I had lived your life, I would probably have the same level of distrust that you clearly have with most of humanity. But I am telling you, Deadpool, you are not without hope. You are a man, still a man, like the rest of us. And I believe that you know as well as I do that the only solution to Earth's problems is for all of us to come together and to work as one. Do you really believe that? Do you really think it is possible for us to come together and work as one and be brethren? I know it is. You just have to give yourself the chance. It's hard for me, you know? It's not like I've had much practice at being a superhero, a decent guy. You, on the other hand, well, you've had some practice. You played Sherlock. Cut! And what else were you in? Oh yeah, Star Trek. That's two pretty good franchises there, Benedict. Now you walked yourself into the Marvel Universe. Well, it's not like I walked myself into it. I worked for it. I auditioned and... Shut up! Do not be a franchise whore. One per person. One per person. And then you make room for the rest of us. I'm sorry about that, America. Some people just don't know how to share. Happy holidays.